kind of stuff, I was like, that's Bojo.
Okay, welcome. My name's Brian Knight, and I live near Melbourne in Australia, and it's just turned 5 o'clock in the morning on a Friday. So we're on the last roughly 24 hours to the market closing for the week. Um, let me just I'm going to share here. Start with. So this is a welcome to this FOREX analysis session. There is a full risk disclosure there and a little bit about us as live session traders. So just a little note, the Australian unemployment figures came out yesterday, and it was a bigger figure than they had forecast. It has gone to 4.1 from, I think it was 3.7 or something. So it's jumped up quite a bit. Anyway, so that's what pulled the AUDs back down. So yeah, what it did is unemployment figure increased, which means that the RBA doesn't need to increase interest rates. So the market went, oh no, that means there could be a rate cut at some time soon, which means, oh, we're going to devalue the dollar. So that's why the Aussie dollar pulled back like it did. And that was basically, yeah, the news when it came out. That's UK time. Anyway, so if we put, say, for example, you put a fib on there, this could, easily come back to say 50% of the Tuesday box. Anyway, that's the next Tuesday. So, and the end of the market will be in here somewhere. So interesting from, if you look at it from a nearly, a 1 week cycle. You talked about this, Tom, I think last week. There's the push the Tuesday, and then then now there's that sort of retracement occurring. It's also, yeah. So whether this, let's have a look at the higher time frame. We now have a sort of a, let's bring it across. We've got a red triangle in here. That was there, and it's pushed up past it. Now it's pulled back. If you look at it there, it's now well outside of the rail. We haven't got a short at all, Darren. So there's no sort of overall thought of it selling yet. It did have there for a sellout, but then it pushed back up again. This is on the daily. Yeah. And there's still, if you look at it, there's still this gap in here. Yeah. think that's right, Tom. Oh no, there's no. Oh yeah, there's a. Yeah, the gap is still in here. Yeah, we'll go back here for a minute. So if we think like that, I might leave that one on there. Oh, on there. You can see in actual fact. And so this box covered it covered all of that box, but it hasn't come back down to this one. Is that now correct, Tom? I'm just gonna. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's right. So you've got top of that box, bottom of that box, it was to there. It's come down that little bit, taken out some of that gap, and now it's still got this gap in here. Yeah. And you can see where it's come up. We won't be able to see it. Oh, oh, no, you can't. It's actually come up and touched that high there. To the daily. So you can see where that fib is. That there. So where it's at now is, it's not quite the 618. If you're running it from a fib perspective anyway. So it's just broken this high back on 19th of June 23. So last year, it's not quite 12 months. So in 12 months, it's pushed down to the September thing, and then basically it's pushed back up again. Right.
Hi, Brian. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of something. I couldn't talk to you.
No, you're right. You're allowed to be in the middle of anything. It's quite okay. So yeah, it's come to that point at the moment. I mean, the 618's a little bit further up. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure, Tom, just if I go back to the 2 hour, if I'm being correct with that, those Tuesday box you were talking about, that is it the
That's all
fact
been
that
covered.
this has?
Yeah, because okay, so we know
Is
the
it?
yellow box is touching that yellow box, right? In
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah,
form,
yeah, yeah,
just like the one before.
yeah, yeah. The one before it actually enveloped it. Yeah,
So the only thing left is down here at the bottom,
it's this
where
bit
there's
below
no
these.
box. At the bottom, where there's no box,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that section of that pricing right there is liquidity.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so
I
this
got
is
that.
going
Hang
to
on,
cover.
I'll just sort of put a bit of that. Yep, that sort of thing. Yep.
Okay, so as you go up, each box touches, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't actually, it has to only touch, is it? Or go to it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just They've just got to touch in some way.
So it doesn't create a gap. It's not that
Correct.
this is a
No
gap
gap
down
between
here.
them. Right.
That's not. Okay.
Okay. So as you move up, see
There
that
was a
one box
gap.
in the middle there?
This one, yeah.
The thin one? That shouldn't be there.
No, but that's your fib extension.
Oh, okay.
I'll just leave it there just for the minute.
Well, no, it went up. That's an invalid box now.
Yeah.
We were expecting it to go down. So
Yeah.
now we're looking for a new pattern.
Yeah. Okay.
So what we're looking for is ideally is to have a Tuesday come on where there's no liquidity above it. It's the top of the box.
Well, there is now.
I understand that. Like for like next Tuesday, we want the box to start with liquid where there's no liquidity
At
on
the
the outside
top.
of the box.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But
That's
where
ideal. It doesn't always
where
happen that way, but that's ideal.
yeah, I love the ideal one. It's good. But this would have been up here before the newest Tuesday box, but because this now has basically enveloped that one, there is still a gap between the Tuesday before and no, not last Tuesday. It's not the one just gone, the one before that. There was a gap between that and the Tuesday just gone.
Right.
Good. All right. So I am marking it correctly from that perspective. So there's still a gap. There's nothing in here.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So at
Now, I'm
some
not saying it's
point,
going to turn around and come back to that immediately.
yeah,
I'm saying that's a definite target.
yeah. And down here as well, liquidity.
That's right. Yeah, you see how the Tuesday up to the left there started at the top of the box is what I'm talking about. Price actually started at the top of the Tuesday box.
Yeah. Yeah, and it turned there. Gotcha.
That's ideal. It doesn't always happen that way, but
And here would be good that, the Tuesday box here started a little bit lower, but there was liquidity there, but it came back down and took it out.
right. But at the same time, all you had to do was put your entry at the top of the box on the Tuesday
Yeah, you see that
because
was
it wouldn't be
liquidity.
coming back after that. Just take that whole box as your entry,
This
or
whole
even half
box
the
here,
box.
this one here.
No, see the Tuesday box that you're
Yeah,
pointing at? That one right there.
yeah.
Make your stop below that middle line where it came down and tapped. And put your
Right.
entry at the top of the box
Yeah, gotcha.
because it foreshadowed for it with those wicks in the morning.
Yeah. And also too, we had green triangles there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So from a patience and a relaxed perspective, this price can push up however long it wants to. Eventually, what it's going to do is take out this box with another Tuesday box somehow, and it's going to potentially come down and take out this liquidity before it either breaks down or goes back up again. Is that sort of what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just an easy way to look at the chart.
Yeah. And if I come back to the daily though, it may not be finished, the buy. That's what we're saying from a fib perspective. It hasn't quite it's made the 50%. It's taken out a high here, but it's not quite to the 618 or higher than that.
No, but it's in that zone now.
Yeah, I know. It's above the 50 and going in towards the 618. So yeah, and so I'm not suggesting that we're now going to do a swing high and it come down and break the low. What I am suggesting is that there could be a sell off. It could continue, but it could be a sell off further. So, but then again, we have got a red triangle on the daily. We don't have a short or anything yet, but it is outside the rail. If you look at it, not extreme, but it is outside the rail. We don't have another, so we could have another series of red triangle, because that red triangle relates back down here where it only just poked out the thing, then it continued up. If you look at it, and we have a green triangle. The end of it, though, this last day is whatever it pushed up, it's basically come back and it's slightly positive at the moment. That's what that's saying. And it's interesting, back over here, we've got, like RBA minutes and what is this inflation rate for Canada. It hasn't got a forecast. It might be when it gets a bit closer next week. But 2.9 is definitely coming down. So we'll just see if that, for example, and Darren is the holder of this information. If, for example, the actual is lower, which means then that inflation is coming down in Canada, it will in actual fact weaken off that currency potentially, which means the Aussie dollar.
You'd expect so, because it means there'll be greater likelihood that interest rates will be lowered sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is what's happened, just reflecting on the dollar when that dropped sharply.
This week.
I saw some comment that had been suggested that there could be an interest rate coming in September, which wasn't in the US, which wasn't previously anticipated. And it was that speculation that sent the dollar down, basically.
Well, it was very much the same thing yesterday, Darren, with the Aussie dollar when the unemployment, that it had increased. So there were less jobs and more people out of work. That meant that the RBA, all of the interest rates that it had done, it was doing its job of making life difficult for everyone. They don't say it like this. They go, oh, it's going towards the target rates, but it's making it crap for a whole lot of people down the bottom.
Yeah.
That it means that now you've got all these economists saying, we'll probably get an interest rate cut before the end of the year. So they're also singing a few things as well. So that means that as you would see on the we'll just come back to here. We'll see it in the US one when we have a look, but that was the drop off. So as soon as those figures came out, it went, that's not as good as, and we don't want that. We want to be able to have high interest rates and make more profits. But, if they get a lower interest rates, then, we might not make as much. So that's not good. So bang, pulled down. But it has just pulled up slightly in the last, in the New York session, basically. Okay, so that's there. Are you looking at this, Darren, potentially on a daily because it's now out in an extreme on the outside the rail? We're looking for like a short and then potentially a sellout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, good, lovely for a longer term trade. Okay, AUD CHF. Just go down through them now. Have a look once I've got all my Tuesday boxes in. We've got that. When the market closes, I'll just move that across. That's our Tuesday next Tuesday. So this box touches that box, which touches that box, which means there's no gap in there whatsoever at this point. So where there is a gap is just down here. And understand. And from your comment, Tom, there's obviously, or not obviously, but this must be liquidity down here.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there is this sort of like potential. Oh no, yeah, okay. So, but if I look back at these boxes, that box there hasn't been taken out either.
Correct.
Or the gap between that one and that one. So if I go, this is even going back further. Oh my gosh. So that is not taken out as well. Yeah.
Right.
And it could be further down. Anyway, we'll just leave it at this at the minute. So I think that's the last Tuesday box that I put in anyway. And there's probably one down here. So so there's gap there. So all the time that this keeps moving up, there's a target down here and even down to there that potentially to sell out.
Well, that makes it a good bet for a longer term trade as well.
Yeah.
It's outside the top of the channel on the daily, and that would.
I was just gonna say, where is it? Yeah, but it has been out, and then it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it came to the other. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So in actual fact, it's not outside though, is it? Is it outside for you at the moment?
Yeah, it's just nudged outside on my settings now. Yeah.
Okay. So looking for a red triangle and then potentially a sell out.
That box sort of coincides nicely with the bottom rail as well.
Yeah, this one here.
Which would be my target anyway.
Yeah, okay. Good. So the AEDs are looking now. This is not the good news you want here, is it though?
No,
Those JPYs. How dare they? Huh? AUD JPY. Look at that. Still pushed back up. Hasn't taken out any of this. This is still sitting there. And I would say then, based on your, because I would have said that took it out, but it actually, that box hasn't, so it's the box, not price. So there's still all of this down here.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Which I discounted because I'd seen price come down and back up again. I went, oh no, that's all gone. But it's not, it's the Tuesday box to fill. And then in actual fact too, because this is below this box, that's liquidity down there. So you got there. So it's just keeping building.
So
building
so if this is so just think about this for a second. If this is the target in the middle there, that middle box. Can you point to it real quick?
Yep, that one just there.
That one right there. In that line up, that green line up, where's the fair value gap?
In there.
In there.
Yeah. And there's fair value gap further up as well in the next box.
It's just fascinating the way those two line up, right?
Yeah. And there's, well, there is also fair value gap down here too. Down in this, but there isn't any box there, but it's within that range as well.
Right.
But we do, okay, so again, not that this is this is just observation though, but we have a red triangle there, but we have no green here. It did come to the other side though, must admit. I mean, Darren was jumping with joy down here, and then the thing just sucked back up again. Like now, the point we want to make is what I'm observing is, will this break the top of the Tuesday box or not? If it doesn't, and it comes to the rail and we get another red triangle and then basically it pulls back down again, this could be then the swing high from this Tuesday. We don't know yet. The only way we would know is if it breaks that high. And at the moment, from a smaller fib perspective, if we go, oh, why is that? The box is a bit high, isn't it? Must have been being a bit rough. This now is at the 786. It's going towards the 88. Better fix that up. So that's what we're going to be looking for, isn't it, Darren? Going to be looking for the fact that will this pull up past that box or pull up, will it turn and come back down again? And I think if you look at all the other pairs, this is sort of a similar experience going on here. Okay. And it's interesting from this perspective is that, let's go back to AUD-CHF. See how it's pushed back up after the news of the unemployment. Same thing here. We've got, unemployment comes in, basically talks about that. It comes down, and then basically the strength of it's pushed back up again. Or the weakness of the JPY, one or the other, because JPY is way down there. Aussie dollar's still up there. All right. We're just going to see it play out. And look, it might happen before the end of this week, might break the high, or not, or pull back down again. We'll just, we've got sort of 24 hours for it to do its thing until the market closes, and then we're ready for a change of direction, potentially at the start of next week. The mutineers are probably, sorry, what was that?
Still going.
AUDNZD, yeah, all the mutineers in this group are all still within this trade at this point.
So that's good.
It is good, isn't it? Well done. Yeah, well, you're not going to see me trade it maybe anytime soon. We'll just see. We do have a whole heap of green triangles here, or a couple of green triangles. So when's your plan to get out, guys? Is it only when the change of color on the...
No, that's just, I'll just be expecting that to be a pullback. I'll stay in, and then when it turns and drops off again, then I'll move my stop loss down. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Any comments, Tom? Where are you? You're still playing in the sandpit?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get out when my trend line changes colors.
Change color to green. Yeah, okay. Rightio. Well, all right then. Well done. Just like, oh, so what you're saying, Darren, is that on the daily over here, you had it out with a triangle, a short, you get in. Is that the...
I did. It was when I initially got that. See how I settings are slightly different. So I've got a couple of
triangles. Ours are slightly different. Correct.
And it was. I did have the body of the candle was poking out the top, albeit it's not now. But
no, but it might have
been at the time.
Yeah.
So it's made a good start. It's crossed the middle line now. There's no, from a daily perspective, there's no reason to be getting out of this at the moment.
Right. Good. All right then.
we're expecting a pullback at some point, and then
yeah, and then a further drop to out to the other side, and then
Yeah.
as soon as it comes out, it touches, then you see, let's bank that and walk away,
amount. Yeah.
and then waiting for it to come back up again.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Right. Oh, the devil in the detail. Okay. What do we got here? Well, I'll just mark this because that is imbalance. Oh, sorry, that is a gap between the Tuesday boxes, right? And there is a little bit of liquidity below it. So potentially it's, as
Where's
you
the
said,
gap?
pullback just here between these two Tuesdays.
That's not a gap. They're touching.
Oh, they touch there. Oh, that's all
Yeah.
it needs.
Yeah. They just have to touch.
Right, yeah. So the only thing that's there is a bit of
Is that?
liquidity down there.
Yeah.
Because they actually touch, that's right. There's got to be a gap between. It's not this
Right.
as a gap. Because I'm looking at price again. That's the thing I keep looking at. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah. And see,
Keep me on the straight and narrow, will you?
absolutely. So that's kind of why I'm saying, when am I going to get out? I kind of think this is going to travel
Potentially break the low.
for quite a long ways, actually. Because
Wow.
I'm looking for it to go down to uh 0.5699. Yeah, down there. Because that's how this pair just plays out. They just have these huge sweeping rolls.
Down here.
Yeah. And we just missed taking out the left high. Do you know what I mean?
Hang on. Oh, yeah, I have to go to the daily to do that. Hang on. I'll just delete some of this. Right, let me just go to the daily and use saying.
Right there. We just missed it.
Okay. That one there, you mean?
Yep.
And also there's another one just there. That's been a striking push up, hasn't it?
Right. And the way
And
this pair works is it pushes and then slow waves back down.
Yeah, okay. Then you got another one that's just up here. Well, there's a couple along, but that's the high. And that is well, there's sort of common lows there, isn't it? That and that. I might just pull that across there.
Yeah. So if this pair actually turns here and goes all the way back down,
Yeah.
sweeps that liquidity without
Yeah.
breaking the very bottom,
Which
to
is
the
there
left.
without breaking this, yeah.
Right. Then we're going to get another weird push back up.
Yeah.
It's just gapping at this point, which is cool if you can catch it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for that, Tom. Yeah. That's good to see, though. You're right. Look at this. Big push. I mean, there's a further low down there, but we're just playing in this area at the moment. That was a nice drop off, wasn't it? When was that? That was back 22. Was that after? Yeah. To December. When was that? September to December. Oh my gosh. That was a big drop. 1,000 pips. Okay. Rightio. And then it's just sort of done this. Oh yeah, well, let's see. It might be an opportunity to get in it. I mean, I might have to eat my words because we'll see. You know, what might happen is, as you said, Darren, it'll do a pullback and then might give us an opportunity for another entry. As you were saying, down here is somewhere will be Tuesday. This will be you know, there's fair value gap there and there's liquidity down here. All right, Tom. Oh, Darren, let's see what happens. Craziness. AD Singapore, that just keeps pushing back up at the moment. There is this gap in here. These touch, so that's all right. These didn't touch. That did, so it's gone. These didn't touch. That didn't touch, but it did. Oh, look at that. Off the top of that one to that. So this box could go now, Tom, and it's only really that bit between there.
Yeah, just slide it down for that area. Yeah, there you go.
Wow. So that's sort of coming in now. There's still also too a sell for that one. Well, it did say sell, and we've got it again, but it hasn't come to the other side of the rail. Okay, rightio, and we've got imbalance there and there. And again, you would say, Tom, there is a bit of liquidity down the bottom here. Correct?
Yes.
So come out of that Tuesday, push down, then woof, off it went. That was a swing low down here. After that Tuesday, that was a swing high there after that Tuesday. Then it continued. Rightio. Okay. Fair enough. AUD USD. Here we go. I've got a whole lot of stuff going on here. Oh yeah, you said there's with that gap plus this down here is liquidity. They should be two separate things, but and then that box as well. Gee, look at them how they behave similar though, Tom. Look at that. All the other AUDs have got a gap in the middle here as well, plus a gap down here. They're all doing a sort of a similar. They touch, so there's nothing in there. Okay. And there's fair value gap there. There's fair value gap down here. Nothing in. Oh, there is down here as well, but nothing else. Okay. So in actual fact, really, this should go like that. And we should do something like this. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you look at that, and then we go back to AUD Singapore, for example, what do we got? Same. Yeah. Just all behaving similarly. And I think if you go back, is it AJ? Does it? No, it's not AJ. ADCHF. No, it's a little different. ADCAD.
Not much.
Yeah, there as well. Interesting. AJ though still does too. Look, see gap. It's right. So it's indicating to a greater extent the AUD is going to weaken off. Right. At some point, it's pushing up to a high at the moment. And as maybe this AUD NZD is a sort of a precursor to what may happen on the other pairs. All right. It just seems to be the odd one out at the moment. That's all. And maybe that's the struggle I have is that the AUD NZD is sort of just in a way opposite or whatever to all the other AUD pairs. Maybe that's where it's difficult to get your head around. Okay, CAD CHF. What's this? This is the one that no one's going to trade. Didn't you say, who said this? Is this the one? No. Was it you,
Yeah,
Darren,
this is the
said?
one. No, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Yeah,
Yeah.
2Wiki.
Yeah, this is the one.
Okay. Well, you can see it is. I mean, it's all the boxes. Yeah, well, that box and that box touch now. That one does. That one and that one does. That one and that one don't. But that does take up that gap. That one does anyway, takes all of that out. Yeah, and all you basically have is,
Excuse me.
that's right, all you basically have is that bit of liquidity down the bottom here. Would you
Right.
agree,
So when
Tom?
all these boxes are taking up this space and it's picking up all this liquidity as it's going along,
Yeah.
they call it drinking at the pond. When it gets so full, everybody's crowded, it's going to run out of money. So they're going to have to move price somewhere else to create it.
Ah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So because we're on a downtrend, on a bigger scale, we're on a downtrend,
Higher time frame, yeah.
and we have a trend line right here at the top.
Yeah, okay. What you're saying is from here down sort of thing.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
And this spike has to be taken out. That's manipulation. So I'm looking for this to.
You think that some of this could be manipulated? Unbelievable.
I'm looking for this to sell off back down to here to get that.
Yeah, to get this
wick,
down here. Yeah.
And then a possible turn.
It's not ready to sell out yet. You're saying that potentially this will come up to the trend line and then drop off.
Right.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. So the idea is as price is running through here now, you're only looking for trades.
It's running out of liquidity.
Right. You're only looking for trades that are on the high side of Tuesday, if you're looking for short, or the low side, if you're at the bottom of the range. For the buy to the high side to come back to the 618 zone.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
High to low. You take the highest to the lowest, and as it works through the zone, that's all you're looking for. Is to have price within that zone, and then you look at where it stops and begins on the Tuesday. Are you low? Then you want to buy back to the zone. If you're high, you want to buy out of the zone.
Yeah, back down. Rightio, let's leave that sucker there for the minute. We'll go to CAD-J, which unfortunately is pulling back up. We have the gap. Isn't it interesting how price just comes down, fills that gap, then pushes back up again?
So what needs to cover that?
Another box.
Another box. What day are we pulling into next week?
Tuesday. And
what we have to do is stay
Canadian news for inflation rate, and we also have trade balance in Japan. The Canadians first. So if it weakens, it'll come back down again and put a box down. Okay. I'm just talking about it. So it came up and took out the monthly open, and it's came back down to the weekly open and below it, and then pushed back up again. But there is also two here, Tom. Between there's still a gap. Yeah.
What's this indicator? The Tuesday boxes, Brian. I've never loaded it on my chart.
No. The boxes are actually Tuesday boxes.
Just look for Tuesday boxes here. Like
Yeah,
an
well, that's all I
indicator.
do. Yeah, you just create Tuesday. So let me explain it. This is manually put on. It's a GAN box,
Right,
and it's
okay.
basically London open, 8 a.m. London to 8 a.m. Open Tuesday to open Wednesday. So that's from 8 a.m. London Tuesday to
Yeah,
8 a.m.
you're right, okay.
London Wednesday,
Yeah.
if that makes
All right,
sense.
got it. Yeah.
And it's the high and the low from that within that time, and that's a point at which price turns. But this is the thing, Tom has suggested, and that you look at the liquidity up above this box here, right?
Yeah.
So in actual fact, this is from that point to there is liquidity sitting up there to be taken out, right? Not to say it will, but they're also at this
Yeah,
box. So
yeah.
when a box touches a box, or touches a box, then it from one box to the previous, then it takes it out, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And then I don't know about here, but this would create just down here below here. This bit here is liquidity. Yeah. Just down the bottom. And you can see where it's previous lows, all that sort of stuff going on as well. So price comes back and touches, like it just comes back to the same sort of area. So no, these boxes here are basically just created
Yeah.
by me, and they just keep on the chart. And so as I go along, I'll just create more. So the last one I did on that was back in April sometime, and then you'll do that one, then that one, then that one, then then it jumped down. That was the next one. Then that's the one that's just happened. And that line here will be where the next Tuesday box comes in, Tuesday to Wednesday, wherever price is. But what Tom's saying is, if we just open that up a little bit, is the gap between that box and that box will need to potentially be filled at some time. And the gap here will need to potentially be filled at some time with a box touching a box. So
Yeah.
somewhere in here, either this will continue up, take out some of this liquidity, or there'll be partially the box taken out, because here will be a Tuesday box at some point. I don't know where it'll be, up there, in the middle, down here, whatever, or it could be it opens up here and then it closes down here somewhere, the Tuesday, which means it'll take out that whole, it'll touch that box, and and it'll take it all out. So that'll be filled. And it happens to be that typically on a Tuesday, well, it's actually a Wednesday, to be honest, because it comes into the Tuesday box. When it exits the Tuesday box, it normally changes direction. See here, comes out of a Tuesday box, changes direction. It plays around, comes up, comes out of a Tuesday box, and changes direction. Comes out of a Tuesday box, changes direction. Yeah, it's sort of like just what it does. And if you look at it, normally on the Wednesday, that's when there's a pile up of news. So that's a lot of the reason why the direction changes. So it'll either change or continue. So you can see where it came this Tuesday and it just continued, right?
Yeah.
From that Tuesday to that Tuesday. But this recent Tuesday, price, changed direction on this one pair. And now it's pulled back up. And this again is another thing, is will this break the high or not? So if we put a fib on from the top of the Tuesday box down to where price went to, it's now at the 618, right? This is a sort of a crucial juncture. Will it now turn and come back down again, which means it hasn't broken the high, which means it'll start going into that sell. This is the pullback you had to have that you didn't want, but you had to have because it came off that high. It was an extreme outside the rail on the daily. This now is a pullback. Will this push up and break the high here and keep going up to take out liquidity and then go down, or continue? Do you know what I mean? That's
I do, yeah.
But what it's saying is there is an imbalance in here, there's an imbalance down there, and there's liquidity down here.
Yeah.
So there's a magnet for it to come back down, but it can do that at any time it likes. Once it's finished its push up, there's some of the targets for it to come back down. So it's not an indicator that's on there. It's something manually that I'm putting on there.
Yeah.
Okay. CHF JPY. So you got CAD on one instead and you got CHF on another. Exactly, really the same sort of scenario. Here's the imbalance in between it. It pushed back down. It's pushed up. So if CADJ does what it does, CHF JPY might do a similar sort of thing. Yeah. And potentially the reason why they look really similar is the CAD and CHF are basically, buddies at the moment, and the Japanese yen's way down the bottom. So with the US dollar, and the US dollar's way down there because the market thinks that there's going to be a rate cut and they don't like it. And the Japanese yen has been in the doldrums and had negative interest rates while everybody else has increased interest rates.
Yeah.
So that's why the Japanese yen's been sitting down there, because no one's going to make any money there because there's no return.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I'm seeing it anyway.
No, you're right. Absolutely right.
Okay, so you're AUD. Let's go down through them. This here, I'm waiting for. Tom, you reckon there'll be a buy, don't you?
On Euro AUD?
AUD, yeah.
Yes, I do.
It's been in a long-term sell low. That's the thing, and this sort of sideways movement at the moment is, to me, also it hasn't tried to break this low, so it's like,
You know why?
Because there's something over to the left.
Yeah.
Over here.
Mm-hmm.
Taking out that fair value gap. There's nothing. There's a bit of liquidity down here. It might come down and sweep it and then move back up, or not. When you look at it, that's the low down there. See, we could do it
right down there where that green arrow is, to your left.
That one there, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Tuesday box. So that Tuesday
is it?
box had a gap in there from that Tuesday box to the Tuesday box above it.
So
And it
something
came
in there.
down where these green arrows are now and took out that box perfectly to the pip almost.
But it hasn't created a Tuesday box to take it out yet, though.
No, but there is a gap right above these two boxes.
Yeah, okay.
Do you see the gap?
Yeah. There's a gap there, correct.
Yeah, look where it's at on the 618, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it's
you reckon buy before it sells, before it buys?
Yeah, I think it's going to come back, take that out.
Okay.
Take out that bar right there in the middle at the 618.
Yeah. Which is just there. Yep.
Create a box in here between the 7.8 and the 6.1. Turn and come back down. That's gonna pick up that double bottom.
Yeah, which is down here. Correct. So you pull back up there, then come back down here, take it out, and then go back up. Or just continue
break
the
down.
bottom. Yeah.
Right.
Or break the bottom. That's right. But it depends, because if the AUD weakens off, then in actual fact, the euro will strengthen. But in the shorter term, we don't know what it'll do, maybe longer term. Okay. Rightio. Oh, interesting. It might come up to the monthly open and then drop down. Ah, right. But those boxes cover each other. They touch, that's fine, but that doesn't touch there. So there's the likelihood of a buy. Okay, good. This could be, well, this could be just a little pullback before it starts to push itself back up too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that before there. What do we got? Consumer confidence, not much. What's that one? RBA meeting. Okay. Right. Because I think when the governor, the RBA governor here has a bit of a chat, she probably won't give much away, but I think she'll go, oh, that's really good. That's the unemployment rate. It's coming towards they wanted about 4.5 unemployment, which means it'll be pain. So you already got high interest rates and then you got people out of jobs. Like it just like really grinds things down, right? And that's what they want. They want it to grind it all down and then people be in hardship. Hopefully not recession. But I think, as I said, I think we're already in it. But anyway, and then they'll start lowering the interest rates. But the point is here, the banks actually control the interest. Well, the RBA sets the cash rate. It's called the cash rate. It's what the banks get money from the RBA for, right? But the banks, as soon as an interest rate gets put up by the RBA, the banks go, oh, we've got to put our interest rates up by whatever the RBA says, right? But then when the RBA lowers the interest rate, the banks go, oh, hang on a minute. We'll think about this for a while. Let's see. We might not give you the full amount that the RBA took off. We might only give you a little bit of it. It's like dirty buggers. You know, it's like, oh, it might cut into our profit margin.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, that's what happens here. So anyway, all right. So you're okay. Let's have a look down where we got time. Okay, it's not even 26 yet. So gap in there, that touches that touches that, nothing. So it's down here somewhere. All right. What do we got? That touches that touches that touches that. Oh, okay. So really, only got a gap down here. And this is another example of it, Darren. Look at that. What Tom was saying. See that Tuesday box there? So it's Tuesday to Wednesday. See, there's nothing below it. So it came down, took out any liquidity, right? That's below that one, for example, took it out, and then basically just went up from there. That was the change, like a swing low there for it to change direction. We've also got green triangles there, you know, and off it goes. Interesting.
Did the same thing on the last 1, 2, 3 Tuesdays at the top too.
This one, yeah,
Yep.
it came up, came there, gave us the red triangles before, gave us the Tuesday box, and then sold. Pull back up, which is, you know, the Darren effect, where it just pulls back after you get into the trade, pulls back again, and then off it goes back down. Look at him smiling. I'm going to call it the Darren effect from now on.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. But you know, that's the thing. I don't have any Tuesday boxes back here, but this is the first one I would have done on this currency again back, you know, the start of April. So I started doing them from Tom's suggestion, which for me, I think is I quite like it. Well, I must like it because I'm doing it more. But you can see
They're
where
very
that
helpful, right?
Yeah. Well, you can
Yeah.
see now that covers that, that covers that, that covers that, that covers that. The only gap that is here is this one here. There's nothing else sort of around from a gap and a Tuesday to Wednesday sort of perspective. You look at this like little spike here, come down to the monthly open and the weekly open and nicked off. Right. So what we're saying now is a number of triangles, right? Number of triangles, wait for the Tuesday, potentially for a sell back down to this imbalance here. Now that may not, it may come the Tuesday box, may come pull back down, go to the Tuesday box and go back up again, right? May. But the point is a number of red triangles here. Yeah. I'm not saying it will. I'm just, and then you've got the CAD news here, inflation rate.
Can I point
Right.
something out real quick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you see the Tuesday boxes?
Yeah.
You see where Monday starts before it?
Monday starts before. Yeah. This, is that the Monday? Monday starts before it. You mean no. Okay. So point it out.
Okay. So
Because this is UK Monday, you mean?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Go back just a little bit, Move your screen to the right just a little bit. There you go. Okay. So if you just look at this generally, just keep this in mind that if you look at all your Tuesday boxes, you can see where you get your Monday push
Which
when
is
it's
there.
at the bottom of the rail. You get
Yeah.
your Monday push.
Yeah.
You get your Tuesday reversal. Your
Yeah.
Wednesday likes to end on a high.
Yeah, which is there.
No, down there where it turned green.
There.
Yeah.
And then it
I'm
goes
sorry. Go
up.
back. Go back. Go
But
back.
that's Wednesday there, you see. That Tuesday to Wednesday is in
Oh, right.
there.
You have your days differently for time zone. Okay. So
Well,
anyway,
I've got it on the UK time.
right. No, I understand that now. So Wednesday likes to end on a high.
Yeah, which is
Thursday,
yeah,
you get your pullback,
yeah,
sets it up for Friday
yeah,
for a Monday push.
yeah.
It,
Which
it's
is there.
it's repetitive. If you just
Yeah.
look at any pair you go on, it's the same thing. It's the Monday push,
Yeah,
Tuesday
well if
reversal.
I'll show you if I
Wednesdays like to end on a high.
yeah, if
Thursdays
we can
you're a pullback, and Friday's setting you up for Monday.
right there. So let's go that is let's do it. That's one. What have we got it? That's one if we just stretch it out. Okay, I'll just do it so we can. There you go. That's 1 week. That's a week, right? With a Tuesday to Wednesday, and we're on UK time, right? Just so you know, Darren. So what Tom's saying is it comes into the
Bottom of the
week.
rail.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. It plays around a little bit as market opens. It comes to this one, bottom of the rail. It pushes up into the Tuesday box. As you say, Wednesday, this is still Wednesday here. Wednesday, when Wednesday nearly finishes UK time, it's up the top of the box. Like even though it pushed up there, it likes to finish high. That's what you're saying, Tom. Then it pulls back down again to the other side of the rail. This is on the Thursday. And
That's
then
your Thursday
basically,
pullback.
plays around to Friday. Then it pushes back off and ends the market at the higher that it comes back to the top of the Tuesday box or wherever it wants to be. But that's basically a week movement. So if you got in at the start of the week here somewhere at the bottom of that and you didn't get there, it's 117. You could be in for the whole week. Then you jump out. Yeah.
Now pair that with one candle on a split screen on a weekly time frame.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. Oh God, I'm going to do that in a weekly time frame. All right, I can do that. I can do that. Week. Oh God, that's going to be difficult. Hang on. Because that's hard. That's the week. Oh no, sorry. Where would it be?
No, the week would be the which.
I'm trying to work out which candle. Hang on.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No, it's this.
It's that
this
candle.
one. It's that one candle. Yep.
Okay, so as you can see,
Yeah. Let's do. Sorry, back
the
again.
next candle continued it up,
Yeah.
but came back as a reversal on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
On your 2 hour, it reversed to make this small candle.
Did it?
I'm gonna have to go, so I'll see you next week.
Oh yeah, it did reverse back there. Yeah. Yeah, see you, Darren. No worries. Yeah. Be on your Sunday evening. Yeah. Okay then. See you
Take care,
later.
Darren.
See you. Bye.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. See how it pulled back down here, which is so it pushed off from the week there up there. So that's why it gave you that little flat one. Because it
Right.
came back up to there about the same spot as where it opened.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
now
that's what that
all
is.
you're trying to
and that-
figure out is which direction the next week's candle is going to go.
Mhm.
So can you
Which
shrink
is-
that down just a little bit so we can see where we are on the bigger chart on the weekly?
Yeah, well, that's where it. Oh, you mean you want that one?
Yeah, could you just
Okay.
shrink that down just a little bit?
Hmm. There. Is that what you want?
Yeah. Okay, so now we're in our zone.
Yeah. We've come up to 618. Yeah.
We've come up to the 618. Now we're in our zone. So now all we're looking for is on the lower time frame, because we're in this zone. Can you go back to the lower time frame now?
Sure.
So now we're looking for sales.
Yeah.
So just showing the 2 hour time frame. Let's get rid of the other one.
Actually, I'm going to come back to the daily on that one because I'll show you also too. That's come up and touched that. Oh, I can't. We haven't got the rail there. Anyway, it's
an indecision candle.
Yeah, but yeah, correct, because it's a bit. Hang on a minute. That's just a day because it's the last. Oh, there you go. So it's not anywhere near the rail at the top, right? Just so you know.
Right. Okay. So now that we know that it's not anywhere near the rail at the top, all we're looking for here is, because it hit off the 618.
Yeah.
As this comes down, put a fib on it.
Yeah, I will. Or can.
From the high to the low. Nope. Down right where the red candles are right now.
There.
Yep, right there. Okay, can you blow that area up real quick?
Sure. Wow. That's a bit tight, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So you reckon this will pull back up to 618 and then drop off for the Darren effect?
Yeah, can you move the fib, the bottom of the fib, to the bottom of that red candle right between those two green ones? Up to
that
your
one
left.
there.
Up.
Oh, up here.
Yeah. Up.
Oh, up further.
Yeah. All right. You see how it's broken out of the half? From the bottom of that wick, it's broken out of the half of this fib, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got to break a structure, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So then we're going to move our fib down to where the current red one is now. And we can see it already hit the halfway point.
Yeah.
So all we're going to do now is look at this for either a pullback because we're going into the slow hours.
Yeah. Asian
back
session.
up to the 618.
Yeah. And then drop off.
And then have it drop off. That's how you're truly going to know that it's an actual drop off is if it beats this low, whatever this low is.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
It could go 2 more, 4 more, 6 more candles, whatever it is.
Whatever, yeah.
And then it pulls back to the 618. That is literally considered your A, B, C. And with C, you run it from the high to the low of C and put your fib in at B to C. And when it pulls back to the 618 on the B to the C is your final drop. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That was a lot of explanation, actually.
Yeah. That's all right. There, yeah. Okay. But that's sort of looking at the pullback. But if it comes up and it breaks that and comes up and breaks the high, then it's continuing up.
Correct.
But if it comes 618 turn and then comes back down again, it's potentially selling back out. All right. Okay. I'll get rid of these lines. We don't need these now. No. But that just explains that anyway. Now I need to go. Sorry, Tom.
Oh, no worries, man.
No, you're okay. We've got other ones, but no. So there could be some movement this coming week, which is good for at more of a turn anyway. But AUD, gosh. All right then. Till next week. Take it all easy. Thanks, Tom.
Enjoy your
See you,
weekend.